Can we make some sense of this, please? Can we make some sense of this? Why is it okay? Y'all let me know in the comment section, man. Is Harlem okay with just disrespecting the older generation?
But with him bringing
Fucked me up right
Dip
there. I ain't
in,
lying.
with him bringing Dip in to the
It's two,
Rockefeller.
you're talking about two different things. You're talking about the streets and
Yeah,
you're
but-
talking about the music and shit like
No,
that.
I was talking about the
I'm not
streets.
saying he wasn't a hustler in the streets.
Right.
You heard? But he wasn't the big dog, nigga. He wasn't that nigga. He just had a couple packs like everybody else in Harlem.
I was a legend at hustling. I wasn't. I was 15. But the people that we were looking up to, by the time I got to their age, I had definitely made more money than them, and I was more impactful as it relates to culture because it wasn't being known for selling drugs. I was never known for selling drugs.
Dame Dash is always gonna be one of them. He's always gonna be a great one. And guess what? I don't care what nobody say. Harlem is not gonna never let Dame just go broke.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Anything Dame really want to do, I think Dame need to micromanage more of his projects so he could get a greater outcome from them. Dame, yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. Hit up my cousin Faye, man. You already know the vibes. Hit me up, man. I'll shoot a movie for you.
Stop it. Get some help.
Ain't gonna cost you $1 million. I'll shoot a movie for you, Dame. Ain't gonna cost you $1 million. Holla at your boy, man. Hey, man. We want to just keep y'all informed about what's going on in the community. And it's been a lot, man. Especially for Harlem. Me being a Harlemite, man, I really, I come from a street background, so it's a lot of stuff you just try not to speak on.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
But what I'm pushing is keeping Harlem united. Like one of my main men, my close friends I grew up with, my man just came home. Check him out, man. Floss Money, my man Norm.
We know him, aka Floss Money on all platforms. Shout out to all the real rights. Shout out to everybody that's supporting me. Shout out to the whole Harlem. And shout out to everybody else that's keeping it real, reposting the nigga music, throwing fireballs, doing all the real right shit, you heard? Hey, yo, that shit I did earlier wasn't the right move.
What I'm gonna tell y'all about my son is that he coming home, he rapping, and he getting his groove together. So he building up the content and stuff like that. And I guess he feel like people wasn't trying to reach out and support
We don't do that here.
because he a supportive person, right? And I'm only speaking on this person because this is my man. This is somebody I really know, and it's one of them things where I left a comment under his on his Instagram, and I say, yo, Norm, we got to keep Harlem united. He said that part. We do, man. So, I stand for this since I know what's going on, since like I've really been around for a minute. I'm gonna speak on it because I could do that.
Get out of here, man. I'm saying.
Feel me? So I just gotta say I respect these guys so much together and individually that it's gonna be hard for me to say some of the stuff I say, but I got to say what I got to say. The Cameron, Freaky Zeke, Jim Jones stuff. It's diabolical. It's straight up out of hand if you ask me. I'm not gonna lie. It's out of line. It's out of hand. Y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel about this back and forth that's going on, in New York City, in the space, in the hip hop space, and because I know Dipset got a lot of different fans, you know what I'm saying? And coming up under the Rockefeller umbrella, we know how controversy sells. Yes, controversy sells, and rightfully so. Because I think, to be honest with you, all of them did something at some point in their careers, some bozo stuff. See, the one thing about being lesser known is that when something happens, the world doesn't know. At least until you get famous, because the world don't forget nothing. You feel me? And they ain't letting you slide neither, player.
Emotional, damn it.
So I'm gonna just let y'all understand something with me. Like Harlem, I want united Harlem. I want Harlem to stand up. But I'm gonna say my piece. I'm gonna say what I got to say, and I'm gonna say how I feel about everything.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
Check them out too. We Don't Give a Damn podcast with China Brim, Harlem Legend, and Hassan Campbell. Now, I do get a large portion of my information from them. Do I agree with everything they say? Nah, hell no. And I'm gonna tell you exactly what I be disagreeing with. But overall, they are for New York City. They bringing New York City back.
How did they think that was okay to even put it in the game? I'm so sick of this company. We're trash! Fix the game! It sucks!
050 the movement. I respect what they doing, you know what I'm saying? And they saying what they gotta say and they saying what they wanna say. So do what you gotta do in this world, you know, make it happen.
I gotta keep it real. I gotta keep it 10,000. Yes, it's cool to get on the internet and basically troll your way to the top.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah, because we've been seeing a lot of these rappers, they don't mind getting on camera and saying certain things about certain people that may propel their careers.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, and I'm gonna say that's why I respect Harlem Legends. See how right off the back, like Harlem seems to be the only place where it's okay to disrespect the person who put you on. Man, shouts out to Shay LaFon. He ain't never scared to blaze the pump. You know what I'm saying? That's from Lord You Know How Hard I Cry. Check that out on Jaheim album featuring Cameron. That's who I was raised under, Shay LaFont, man. And you know, I would never disrespect Shay in no way. And I don't think, you know, none of the real rights who really came up right under Shay would ever disrespect him. You know, anybody that ever disrespects Shay, he ain't nobody that he put you on. And because if he put you on, he really put you on. So that's that part I don't like, and I'm gonna say that's whack. That's whack for Harlem. You know what I'm saying? On Jimmy part, on Cameron part, it's just something I personally don't agree with. I can't get with. And I ain't gonna hold you. Like I said, I admired him out. Man, I did the braids like Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? I did the fly watches. You know, I tried to be the hustler.
We do not care.
You know what I mean? I even tried to rap like Kim.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
You know what I mean? But it is what it is. It didn't go out. It didn't go down like that. It didn't happen like that. And I ain't mad. You know what I'm saying? But shouts out to Harlem Legends. Shouts out to the whole We Don't Give a Damn.
We seen that Joe Mo, he might have been doing this to chase clout because he said some things about Dame Dash that was out of pocket. I gotta be real. He said Dame Dash didn't mean nothing to the Dipset.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
He also said Dame Dash was nobody in Harlem.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Now, to those of you that's from Harlem, those of you that
Yeah, that's dead disrespectful. Ever since I've been alive, Dame Dash been somebody in Harlem. And when I was young, Dame Dash, like, I remember when we was playing, Dame Dash always been that dude. Like I always told the people, every time I seen Dame Dash, he had the Bentley.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the f*** is that?
He had the watches. I remember his son used to play in this tournament on 135th Street called Dog Show. Shouts out to Dog. I used to play a dog show too. And Boogie had a game or whatever. And Dame was just there, macking on the side, Harlem.
We do not care.
Just real Harlem. Like, yo, I love Dame, man. Just like I was up close and personal next to Dame Dash in real life. Like only at this basketball tournament though. Because Boogie was playing this particular summer. I forget that year. Leave it down in the comments if you're from New York City. You remember the year Boogie was playing his dog show. Because, those are some years. Like I think Boogie was a couple years younger than me, so he ain't play my age group. Boogie was kind of like dirt at the same time. Like, I ain't gonna lie, Boogie wasn't all like he was high. He wasn't all like he wasn't that. He wasn't that. We ain't talk about Boogie like that. He definitely had it too good to be nice in basketball, respectfully. But yeah, Dame. Shouts out to Dame, man, because Dame is a pioneer in Harlem.
that's from New York, oh, we definitely know who Dame Dash is from 1199. It was a lot of things said on a podcast that Jim Jones was on. Yeah, he went down south. Shout out to everybody from New Orleans. Shout out to everybody from Atlanta, just down south region, North Carolina. Yeah, Jim Jones went down south and tried to air these men out. I gotta be real. He tried to air out Dame Dash. Yeah, he tried to air out Cameron. I ain't gonna hold you. Joe Mo also got the looks. People are starting to pay attention to what he got going on now. A lot of things has come out as far as the heat situation. We don't know if they freezing over there doing a podcast. Like, it's just a lot of things coming out, that's all over the media.
Stop it. Get some help.
Well, I showed y'all Cameron response already, and he hasn't verbally spoken on the situation yet, right? First, I gotta show y'all. Listen to what Joe Mo, aka Jim Jones, said about a Harlem legend. Yeah, I like to look at Dame Dash as a Harlem legend. Somebody that made it, that did it. What is there else to prove? Listen to what Jim Jones went down south and said about an East Coast legend.
Dame's impact on the Dipset was nothing.
What his impact was in Harlem?
Dame impact in Harlem was nothing.
Nothing though? Come on, bro. That's like somebody coming up. I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy. You know what that's like on a real level? And this is real talk, bro. Like that's like somebody that coming up and vamp like saying that, like real talk, like because Jim Jones don't pay attention. That Jim Jones got a lot of people that's down with him. That he signed, that he don't like. He let a lot of his artists do a lot of their own stuff, right? He don't, and a lot of his artists could be bitter because he probably don't. They could feel they could be pushed more. I think he pushed Dice Peso pretty good.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the f is that?
You know what I'm saying? Like he do pretty good with Rich Reels, but I think Rich Reels do a lot of his own stuff. I know Rich Reels as well. Rich Reels always been getting to the bag. So a lot of his artists personally, right? They blow up past the level that Jim could take them to. And they could say the same thing about Jimmy, man. Like, it's like the way it works now, it's not like, you put up a budget for the videos, you get them some places to go, lay down the tracks and get it mixed and mastered and stuff. That's usually, you know, the executive producer's job to make sure all of that happens for the artist and make sure the artist get booked and get seen and things like that. So I kind of am in the New York circuit where I'm running around and his artist is doing good on the East Coast. Don't get it twisted, but I could see them later because they some talent over there. Like um Vampire Life, all that. Listen, Dice Peso, all them over there, Streets and them, they could rap. They could rap. They like that over there. So, I feel like if they had a better, like, I don't know, could they come up, blow past everything on another level and Jimmy could, fall off or something? Can they say the same thing about Jimmy? I wouldn't respect it if they did it about Jimmy. So I'm not gonna respect it. Nah, I can't. I'm not gonna respect that him doing that like that about no Dame Dash right now. We not doing that. I don't care what nobody say. Dame is a legend. He been a legend my whole life. Jimmy a little older than me. I don't know how he could fix his face to say such a thing. We gonna
Not to say it
continue.
like that. Dame came up under hustlers. That impact was it. He was a little dude when it came to hustling in Harlem. He wasn't not no Rich Porter, none of that type of. He wanted to hustle. He wanted to hustle for niggas like Rich Porter and shit like that. Dame from the East Side. When the niggas on the East Side is different from the niggas from the West Side. Now for the East Side, Dame was a big deal to us because we were little. He was coming from the West Side, little car, jewelry, and all that. So when you're young, he's looking like Rich Porter, but in reality, he was like this. The nigga, go to the store, nigga, take a couple grams, get out of here. Not to take nothing away from
Nah,
you.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
nah, that's a total disrespect to a man legacy. Yo, that's a total disrespect to yo, bro. What the hell? Nah, I can't go for that because like when everybody was coming at Jimmy, man, talk about Jimmy ain't this, Jimmy ain't that. Listen, I kept it 1,000 on Jimmy. Jimmy used to be around, man.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
And one thing, if nothing else, Jimmy got 1,000 dudes with him. So even if Jimmy ain't tough, it's somebody tough in Jimmy. Like respectfully, like I watch how people move. I watch how things is done in Harlem. Now, again, it's gonna be. That's a lot of space for me to come and criticize Jimmy and Kim and all of them from my point of view, but I'm not gonna sit here and criticize them because I ain't did a quarter of what they done yet. But don't get it twisted, man. You know what I'm saying? The brother on the rise. But as a person who really respect them and respect their group, being from New York and being so close to some of the like circles and stuff like that, it's a little bit hard for me to just come at them the way the rest of the world will come at them. It's not no blog stuff for me. Like these people who really influenced my life. Dame influenced my life. Me wanting to do fly stuff, come out shy, act a certain way, move a certain way, have certain things, be able to do certain things at will. I got a lot of that from Dame. Also, I got a lot of that from Jimmy. But Cam, come on, man. Davey said it the best, man. Growing up, everybody wanted to be like Cam.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
So that tell you everything. You know what I mean? Not to be funny, man. Davies, that was, shout out to Davies. All that, all that, all that. I can't piggyback Jimmy disrespecting Dame. Like, I ain't gonna lie, this is where you gotta draw the line. This is crazy. Like, like, I don't know. Do Jimmy really feel this? Like, why he feel like this crazy about Dame? Like, and are they really like I don't know, is it fisticuffs? Like, why are you like I ain't trying to talk about nobody in no type of way in this type of fashion unless I really want to fight them. I don't know. I think Jimmy want to fight Dame. I don't know what's going on.
You heard?
But with him bringing
Fucked me up right
Dip
there, I ain't
in,
lying.
with him bringing Dip in
That's
to the
you're
Rockefeller.
talking about two different things. You're talking about the streets and you're talking about the music and shit like
No,
that.
I was talking about the
I'm not
streets.
saying he wasn't a hustler in the streets.
Right.
You heard? But he wasn't the big dog, nigga. He wasn't that nigga. He just had a couple packs like everybody else in Harlem. You heard? His name doesn't ring bells for being the hustlers in Harlem. He made a movie called Paid in Full. He wasn't in the movie.
Right.
His character was nowhere in that movie. So I don't want people to get up here and be like, yo, he's trying to do something. No,
Tell your man
nigga.
to with a something.
He was just an actor
Yeah,
in the
in a
movie.
cult. Yeah, you know.
The
they
movie's
pull up-
about Rich Porter and
Oh, I
all
see what
those
you're saying.
guys.
Yeah.
Dame was not a character in that
character in it,
movie.
right,
He's not a
right.
Rich
Nah,
Porter.
for
They
sure.
didn't
Nah,
change
nah.
Dame name to Kane or Kane. They changed.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That's wow. I gotta be real. The disrespect was at an all-time high. But we already know when you say Dame Dash name, you definitely gonna get some looks. People gonna want to watch and see what you're saying, especially knowing the Harlem history. Was it a smart move by Joe Mo to actually go and say their names like that? Like, because it started up a firestorm. Yeah, hey, look, all of media is talking about it. But at the end of the day, the disrespect was too much for Dame Dash to like overcome because Dame Dash responded. And when I say he responded vigorously, you heard? Hey, he responded immediately. Pay attention to what Dame Dash has to say about Jim Jones calling him wanting to be inspired by the Rich Porters and stuff. And we all came up like that. If you're from Harlem, we all came up looking at AZ's Outpost, Rich Porter.
Ain't never lie. If you come up in Harlem, they gonna give you the stories. Yes, the Fritzes, the AZs, the Outposts. And then for me, I'm younger than them. So his age group, the Artie Bulls, the Shay Shay LaFonts, even the Luca Abrazis, like you gonna hear those stories if you in those circles though. If you in the loop, like if you in the you in the streets, you gonna know who the predecessors was. That's a fact. That's why Jack Harlem Legend. One thing I don't check about Harlem Legend is like he a dude that did time and all that, and I know the streets made him, and I know the streets sculpted who he's become as a person. And he be like, yo, I'm just gonna call the cops. Even if that's what you gonna do, like, don't make that a okay thing for dudes who may still be trying to straddle that line because then they gonna be trying to call the cops. You got a lot of dudes who ain't 100%, out the hood like that, So don't just listen to everything Harlem Legend say. Harlem Legend living good. He going on vacations all the time. He did time. He ain't no little nigga. He might beat you up.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So a lot of stuff he say is to get clicks. Like it is what it is. I'm me too. I don't care about nobody. So listen, respectfully, Harlem Legend, he says things for clicks. He does it. Everybody does it actually. China Brim is the king of just saying stuff for clicks. I think he knows the English dictionary whenever he feels like knowing it. But then it'd be times he'd be like, "Well, I learned a new word. Put it in the comment section." Like, come on, bro. I just watched you 3 episodes. You know, you might not three, like probably an episode and a half. He ain't say nothing crazy. Then he go back to messing up all the words again. I'm on to you, China. I'm on the China Brim. Yeah, I'm on him. But nah, seriously though, the Dame Dash thing, and I know that Harlem Legend really about to go in on him because Harlem Legend is really from Harlem, and Harlem Legend really feel a type of way because for Jomo to even say that, you taking away a lot from the East Side by saying that Dame ain't a big dog in Harlem. Because I'm gonna keep it real with you, who from the East Side has ever been bigger than Dame in Harlem? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Who from the east side of Harlem has made a bigger impact for Harlem than Dame Dash? Y'all let me know in the comment section. In our lifetime. It has to be within, I'm 36, so can it be within the 36 years? Start from 88. We can start from 88 till now. Who made a bigger impact on Harlem than Dame Dash? I can't find nobody.
Orders and people of that nature if you was in the streets and enduring in that type of business. But to me, Jim Jones wasn't even enduring in that type of business. He doesn't even understand that type of business. So for me, it kind of threw me off a little bit with Jomo. I gotta be honest, it kind of throws me off. He's a little younger than Dame. He's a little older than me. So it's like, where do you fall in that? So right off the back, we knew it was just clout, and he was chasing, it was cap. It wasn't right. But listen to what Dame Dash says, because he breaks this down, and he breaks it down intelligently. Like, I like the way he did this. He's making a turn for the better. Pay attention, y'all.
When I was 15-year-old, in, I would guess their perspective, because he was a young man, I was big time to him because I was 15-year-old and I was doing things that most 15-year-olds weren't doing. And the people that he's rapping about in a lot of his records, like Rich Porter and Lou Sims, these are people I actually used to hustle with. Now, at 15.
So these are people that he used to hustle with.
That's legendary. That's legendary right there. And big homie Lou Sims could vouch for this. Lou Sims gonna jack Dame all day. I know that. I'm from Harlem. Listen, shouts out to Big Lou Sims. You already know that's the big bro. But what I'm gonna say is though, some of this stuff is just like like, yo, man, it could be avoided. Like, we don't like. I don't get why people don't wanna like you, especially when you get the power. It's like you united when you broke. When you get some money, now it's amen for themselves. Now it's amen for themselves. Cause we all got some money. What sense do that make? Y'all tell me. Y'all let me know if that makes sense. Because when the dips was coming up, when everybody was coming up and everybody was trying to get to the bag, everybody was together. Everybody was like, I ain't gonna lie, man. Can we make some sense of this, please? Can we make some sense of this? Why is it okay? Y'all let me know in the comment section, man. Is Harlem okay with just disrespecting the older generation? Like, I don't get it. And Jimmy, I don't even think Jimmy, I'm younger than Jimmy by far. And Jimmy did a lot of stuff, man. I ain't gonna get into Jimmy bag, but Jimmy did a lot of stuff that people could talk crazy about. But I know my generation in Harlem, and listen, all of us ain't blood. Let's get that out the way too. My generation in Harlem, most of us ain't gonna just jump to disrespect Jimmy. And it ain't because nobody's scared of Jimmy. Jimmy is not really even a big dude like that. He's not a big, scary dude on his own. Like, not at all, by no measure. I ain't gonna lie to you. But what I will say about Jim Jones is that his presence was always loved. Like, my father, he worked for nonprofits like Granville T. Woods and all of these different organizations that organize for black people. And guess what? Jim Jones was there 1 or 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So that alone, me knowing these type of things about Jimmy has always made me never jump out the window to just disrespect Jimmy. But Jimmy, listen, Jimmy, Like, you disrespecting Dame. So that's like you opening the door now. Now you opening the door for just everybody to disrespect you. I don't know. If that's what's happening here, you know what I'm saying? I know you from downtown, East Side, Dame's from East Side, so that's more like I should stay out of that. This is different. But listen, I'm blogging. I'm in it to win it, baby. I'm in it to win it. So we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. You know what I'm talking about? But seriously, yo, I really, really wish that we could find some common ground be in New York City, man. New York City don't do us like this, man. But I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna let Harlem Legend cook because this is really pissing me off.
Not 4.
I'm not going to say I was a legend at hustling. I wasn't. I was 15. But the people that we were looking up to, by the time I got to their age, I had definitely made more money than them, and I was more impactful as it relates to culture because it wasn't being known for selling drugs. I was never known for selling drugs. But what you won't do, you could ask Lou Sims if he ever sent me to the store, or ask anybody that you know that was in that world that ever sent me to the store.
That's kind of wild. Jim Jones tried to say he got, go get a couple grams, go to the store. Dame Dash wasn't no pushover. He wasn't no sucker. You heard? He was a dude that was getting to a bag on the east side, 11.99. See, if you from Harlem, you got to know the history, y'all. You heard? Dame was already doing BMWs and Benzes. See, it's two different sides, like I always tell you. There's an east side and there's a west side. And at the end of the day, west side niggas don't really come to the east side. No, they stay away. East side niggas don't go to the west side. No, we stay away. So I frequent both sides, and it's kind of like what Dame did to get his bag.
Yeah, that's true, man. If you gonna be somebody that's getting money in Harlem, everybody don't do the East Side West Side thing. That's a real true thing, a real true Harlem statement. Shout out to Harlem Legend for pointing that out. But if you can maneuver from the east to the west, you are kind of blessed in a way, and you are kind of one of them people that Harlem got love for because everybody really can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because it seems like ever since this little ops string came out, it's just everybody got ops everywhere, ops this, ops that, to the point where man, listen, I ain't in a rush to make no enemies because what people don't understand about life is you gonna automatically run into people who don't like you and you don't like them. Let it come naturally. You ain't gotta force no ops and force no strife to have beef with nobody, man. But yo, Harlem, nigga, yo, I ain't gonna lie, I'm appalled. I ain't gonna lie, I'm flabbergasted. This is crazy.
Never hustled with Jim, and I don't think he ever bought a car till it was with Rap Money. It was never a street thing. Okay. I knew him as Jomo, and it's not a bad thing. It was his name, and he was like an 8-year-old, like a younger kid running around with a clip-on tie,
Oh
and
nah.
he lived in 1199.
He ain't say Jomo had a clip on top. Nah, come on, see. This is what I'm talking about. See, this is why you shouldn't be playing with people that know stuff about you like that. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, man. This one I'm gonna chime in on because I just think it's totally disrespectful. I don't think the big bro should have did that. And like I said, I came up with the Shay LaFont, man. You know what I'm saying? And the bros, like, yo, listen, man. Listen, B. Like, I know what's going on, man. And Dame, heavy on legendary. Dame might be the biggest Harlem representative we ever had. We still got to this day. Let's not get to it. Just because you don't have the same amount of money and you don't have the same amount of status you once had, when it come to Harlem, Dame Dash is always going to be one of them. He's always going to be a great one. And guess what? I don't care what nobody say. Harlem is not going to never let Dame just go broke. Anything Dame really want to do, I think Dame need to micromanage more of his projects so he could get a greater outcome from them. Dame, yo, I ain't going to lie, man. Hit up my cousin Faye, man. You already know the vibes. Hit me up, man. I'll shoot a movie for you. Ain't gonna cost you $1 million. I'll shoot a movie for you, Dame. Ain't gonna cost you $1 million. Holla at your boy, man. Movie. I'm in the building. But look, that's a whole nother story, man. But we gotta stop this. Like, I don't believe in disrespecting our elders like that. Somebody gotta come up and say something about it. Jomo is valid. But that's why he valid. He said bro had a tie on. They knew him as a kid with a tie. This is crazy.
At Dave's house, because I guess they're whatever it was, he lived. So I never really knew him as like growing up. He was always a little kid. Yeah. But Fredo, Cameron brought him around, and I was like, why are you with Jomo? And he was
Listen to what he says. Why you with Jomo?
like, well, and he admitted this. Well, he has a crib we go to, we just using him, blah, blah, blah. I was brought him around, and I was like, why are you with Jomo? And he was like, well, and he admitted this. Well, he has a crib we go to, we just using him, blah, blah. Oh, and he admitted this. Well, he has a crib we go to, we just using him,
Yo,
blah, blah,
I
blah. I
heard
was
this
like, yeah, it's
story.
Jomo.
I heard that too, man. Hey, yo, man, if you from, yo, I ain't gonna lie, this is crazy because if you from Harlem, everybody know, if you from the Bronx, New York City, period, everybody know the person with the free crib is down by default. You may not be cool, because sometimes, the person with the free crib, a lot goes on. It depends on who got the crib. Like, sometimes people go to people free cribs to be valeted. I wonder what they was doing in the crib, though. Was they valeted, knocking joints down, throwing stuff on his floor? Because I see some crazy stuff happen in the hood. I know if he was to be able to free crib, and Jomo had some fights in there, because I know they was valeted. I ain't gonna lie, I had the whole 40th in my crib, and junior high. What was that? Yeah, that was in 43. The whole 40th. I mean, I had Rashard, Wolford, Abijah. I had everybody. The whole 40th was in my crib. Them niggas would be violating, bro. We ain't fight though, cause I was kind of slow when I was younger. I ain't know no better. I was just happy to have friends, cause I ain't have friends like that, bro. But shout out to Wolford. You know what I mean? You know that. Shout out to the whole uptown. If you know, you know. But this is crazy.
So Jim Jones was one of them dudes that was around. He said Cameron said, and he confirmed this to him, that they was just using him. He had his grandma crib. Like, I remember that back in the days in the hood. Yeah, you got the open crib. We going to your shit then. You heard? We going to your grandmother crib. Like, so, and don't get me wrong. Jim Jones came up from this, right? Because he is who he is today. But he's dissing all the people that basically laid down the steps for you to walk up them.
But he's done what he's had to do. But, he wasn't there to say that. But if he can say that, like Dookie, I used to hustle with Dookie. He was my lieutenant.
Not Dookie. I thought he was calling the man Dookie.
Yeah, you were wrong. Pause.
Pause.
Dookie is Duke the God.
Shout out to Duke the God. You heard? Shout out to Duke the God.
Duke the God is another legend in Harlem. He's a Harlem legend as well. Duke the God used to run around with the pink Range Rover after Cam kind of let it go. You know what I mean? So Duke the God is a legend, B. Facts. Duke the God definitely a legend.
Producer for a lot of Dipset beats and shit, music and everything you see. Right now, he's with Hell Rell and J.R. Ryder. Make sure you check them out. But yeah, he's very iconic in Harlem. And when it comes to Dipset, actual overall picture, Duke the God is that guy.
We call him Dookie, Paul.
Okay.
But Duke the God is with the Dipset. I used to hustle with him.
Okay.
You could ask him if he ever seen someone send me to the store, but I was always known in the position as somewhat of a boss, and all I did was pass the plug to them. They were like, they always looked up to me at that time, but I was never big time as a drug dealer, but I did have a crew called the Best Out, and we were the youngest crew, and we were legendary. We was all
Everybody know about the Best Out, man. Well, I ain't gonna lie. If you 34 plus, you should know about the Best Out because like that was the whole legend of Dame coming up. I remember when I was a weird kid, right? So I remember one time I was talking about Eminem and as a rapper that I liked, and I referenced something about because I didn't even know too much about Dame at the time. I referenced about Jay-Z and the kid my class. Why would you go talk about Eminem? This is when Eminem first came out, like 99, 97 probably. Like, you supposed to go with Jay-Z because he riding with Dame. I'm like, Dame, who Dame? Forget the kid name. But he was like, what Dame, Dad? He from Harlem. You don't know about Dame? And we kids, I don't even know how he know about Dame. I mean, we had to be wow young, yo. I ain't gonna lie, we had to be wow young. So that was crazy that he even said that to me. Like, but he was like ride with Jay-Z because Dame is from Harlem. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Real right Harlem don't go against Harlem though, but it just be them fake weird. Like when you really not really from Harlem, like I ain't gonna say that because Harlem, we be having our own beef and our little internal dramas, but when you really not a real right, like a real Harlem, Like you'll just jump and go against Harlem anywhere, any borough, anytime, anybody could be around. You'll just go against Harlem because you really a bozo deep down inside. Because anybody anywhere don't just do that. Like Brooklyn ain't coming to Harlem and they just like at least probably not in this era. This era different, but in my era growing up, bro, two Brooklyn people that's from the same area, if they ain't like each other, they dealt with that when they got back to their side. They not coming no Queens, no Brooklyn, no Bronx, nowhere, and leaving each other hanging. But this whole new era is different. They ops is they ops. Everybody want to die. See, us, we was more rumblers. We was getting a lot of fist fights. You know, a couple of us got in trouble with guns and stuff, hence 10 years in prison. But, you know, for the most part, my era of Harlem was like more rumblers. Like the part I really gotta really just keep stressing is like, when did we open the door to just disrespect our people? Our older people at that, like our greats, like, wow, Jimmy, like wow.
Getting money. But again, I'm pretty impressed with who I am and who I was and the things I did. And the fact that the people rap about are the people that I actually hustle with and actually was able to go another direction. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like for him, he knows the algorithm.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you say Dame Dash, you go viral.
That's a fact. At the end of
Wow. You heard what he said. You know he knows the algorithm. When you say Dame Dash, you go viral. That's a fact. Come on, man. We gotta clap it up for Dame. We gotta get some respect on respect is. Every time somebody say Dame Dash name, they hitting the ticket. They are hitting a ticket. Respectfully. You know what I'm talking about? Word, man. So I ain't gonna lie, this is all good content, man. I really want them to get this together. I really want to see what they gonna do, like as far as like I don't know. Y'all seen Death of a Dynasty though? If you go back to watch Death of a Dynasty, it seemed like Rockefeller already had this thing where they was gonna break up and come back together. If they really did something crazy like that and made all of these big bags everywhere else and web it back together in the end, but I think it's way too far long past due for that actually to happen. They would have had to complete that mission already.
the day, I think Dame Dash, I think he checked that like incredibly. He couldn't have said that any more better. You wasn't there, my G. Yeah, when we break it all down, Jomo, you wasn't there. So how dare you, disrespect Dame? And I think Dame is making a different type of turn now, y'all. You heard? Because he could have easily just destroyed Jim Jones all the way around the board, right? And just told a bunch of fabricated stories and went viral off it. Instead, he just stating his claim like, yo, homie, ask Lou Sims. He floating the red, like, ask people.
Yeah, definitely. Lou Sims outside. He home now. That like I'm saying, like when it's stuff like that, when it's stuff like that going on, like that's what you gotta understand. Like when you on the outside or you in these other states, you don't even know what's happening. I understand, but like you from here, you know what's going on, and you entertaining certain stuff. Like I can't really respect that. I just can't because like you gotta know better. But Jimmy ain't dumb. Jimmy get in the bag. Jimmy know how to move that algorithm. Shoot. Jimmy know, yo, listen, man. Jimmy know how to move that algorithm. And like he said, you say Dame Dash, you going viral.
Was I running to the store? Ask Duke the Guard. Shout out to Duke the Guard. Shout out to everything they got going on. Him, Hell Rel, J.R. Ryder. Make sure y'all check out their projects, man. Harlem is back on the rise, man. See what I'm saying? So some things that we say may come back to haunt us in the future because you never know who you're going to need when that time comes. I've been seeing Dame Dash doing a lot of these great interviews and sitting down with these women now to where it might be going somewhere. And at the end of the day, you might have to need to reach out again, Jomo. The same way he brung y'all to Rockefeller when it was time, even though he took the deal from somebody else at Rockefeller that wanted y'all. But, you know, the history is y'all was at Rockefeller. There's no way you should be disrespecting the man that put you there. You heard now, understand they both slinging back and forth, disrespecting each other. But me personally, if a nigga put me on, I don't care what that nigga do. Me personally, I'm not dissing him back because it's not in my DNA like that. My DNA ain't fit like
Yo, shouts out to Harlem Legend. That's a real Harlemite right there. Shout out to Boston. Shout out to the whole downtown. That's a real Harlemite. If a man put me in, but we all hustlers. We from the land of the hustlers. We from where it all started at. We from where it all began at. Like, yo, what I'm trying to tell you is that, like, yo, like we them ones, bro. And coming from that cloth, like, you could hear when you just was like not all the way. I don't know, man. Y'all let me know in the comments, B, because I need to get some feedback on this. Am I bugging? Like, dude, just because somebody, comes from up under somebody and makes their own way and make their own waves and become their own person and become their own man, do that give them the right to just ignore where they came from and disrespect some key figure people that's who played a part in their life? Y'all let me know because like this ain't what I know from Harlem. But shouts out to Harlem Legend. Shouts out to the whole 050 movement. Shouts out to them, man, because they bringing some good content. This is what I watch.
Like that, y'all. I'm not like some of these suckers we see out here. But hey, who am I? Look, I don't make the news. I just break the news down. Dame Dash fires back, but he fires back in a way that we all can actually sit here and say, damn, is Dame Dash turning a new leaf? He already did the clout chasing thing and went crazy on dudes, Cam and Jim Jones and 50. Is he now trying to sit down and make things happen for himself because he see this is the best way to go? You heard? It's nothing fabricated, everything. It just seemed very authentic when he did that. But let me know. Y'all get down in the comment section.
I think Dame was genuinely taken back. Like, what? Like, you gonna just take everything from me? Everything from me? Like, y'all already disrespecting me. Y'all already violating me. Y'all already coming at me all types of sideways. Like, but y'all let me know, man. This is Frederick the Mayor. I never forget to say my prayers. No, this is Frederick the Mayor. I come with different layers and I never get to say my prayers, and I hope you don't neither. You already know the vibes, man. We'll catch y'all in a later one.